It would be good for any company with professionals that needed to improve their writing skill. And I think that is rather a universal problem and maybe a growing problem. So I worked with engineers, but if you are in a company with professionals who need to write better, who need to communicate better, who are communicating with your customers, it's important that their writing skills are top notch. And Hurley Write, just their whole approach in how they would work with individuals to make sure you would get that outcome, that sold it for me.
If you're trying to communicate more effectively with clients or internally, the money this will save you in miscommunication and misdirects and rewrites will more than pay for it.
And it really improved everybody's capability. So it made it easier once we met again. We had these concepts and these styles kind of clearly spelled out for us, so everybody was on the same page, had the same ideas, had the same intent. So
it was just really hard to find a class that I thought was going to be good. So I filtered through a lot of them before we settled on Hurley Write, and we've been super pleased. We really needed someone who's expert at teaching the writing, because it's not just the writing.
I really appreciated the strategic big picture approach that Hurley Write uses. And I think any provider can teach basic grammar, basic sentence structure. But what I like about Hurley Write is that they are tailoring their approach and also using our own internal communication and writing samples to teach our employees how to write more concisely in a shorter amount of time.
Being kind of a smaller company and very specialized in what we do, the review process, working together, you find it was a lot of back and forth. We were very, very lucky to find Hurley Write.
It's sometimes difficult to see the differences in the shiny, glossy brochures. But when we talk to the instructors in Hurley Write, their methodology for teaching and how they wanted to get buy-in and involvement from leadership.
We've engaged with Hurley Write 3 times. I think we've got a 4th one on the books, and each time I learn a little bit more. But it's a very practical approach. It's not theoretical. We are actually going through actual documents.
The Hurley Write came to us, was able to come in person. We were able to customize our training. So it wasn't just a one size fits all, especially if you work in a unique industry. And it was actually a very, very nice, personable team to work with. It was a great interaction. And I guess I just very grateful for what we got from the team.
I felt that one of the things that Hurley Write did that was really strong for us was to talk about audience. And not all of our audience is technically sophisticated, or they're technically sophisticated, but in ways different from what we're explaining to them. And so we have to be successful with all of those audiences. And I think that's the part that I thought was really super about the training that we got, was to understand the audience well enough that we could effectively communicate the information.
I think the one-on-one coaching was especially helpful for us because everybody has a different challenge. And I do like how the coaching provided some very targeted feedback that our employees could use right away.